I don't know about the United States, but I hope I'm the most significant threat to the United States government that there is in Canada. That's for sure. And to think all of this was nurtured by my very growing up here in this town. I'm from London, Ontario. I spent 34 years in this city. I had my first comic book table 4 doors down from Aeolian Hall here at a place called the Book Bin years ago. So blame comic books, blame growing up in London, Ontario for producing one of the top 50 most wanted in the world. And it's so absurd because I've been a bookseller all my life. You know, I am going to jail to the United States in September, October. And it'll be for a 5-year term in a U.S. federal penitentiary. Canadians tend to get put in prisons with foreigners, and those are people who are caught in the United States doing things, and there's apparently 10 million illegal aliens there, so whenever they're caught, they get put in a federal penitentiary, and I'll be with all them. And one of the things I do know about surviving jails, because I've been arrested 23 times for marijuana alone, and jailed 17 times, in 8 out of 10 provinces I may add. I did not get jailed in Prince Edward Island, or I didn't get in, I tried. I smoked out at the police station in Charlottetown. And I did not get arrested in Quebec. So when they apprehended the organizer of the Quebec Cannabis Cup in 2001, I led an impromptu parade down the main street to the police station where we were met by 30 riot police ready to crack our skulls. And I nearly got my skull cracked, but I did not get arrested that day. So I can only say I've been arrested in 8 out of 10 provinces. And that's just for marijuana. Anybody who's old enough to remember my life here in London, Ontario, knows that I went to jail for Sunday shopping here. I was actually pretty successful in London, Ontario, actually, because, and I think it encouraged me to look afield, because we had legal Sunday shopping within 6 months to a year after I went to jail. And I went to jail once, and I broke the law repeatedly. I stopped, you know, there was I sold an obscene record in 1990 from the store City Lights Bookshop. What happened is the Ontario Provincial Police here had decided they were going to ban a rap record. And it never happened before, and it was called the Two Live Crew's Nastiest They Want to Be. And the police banned it, and you know what I learned? Our freedoms are left to very few people to defend. Because, you know, we had thousands of music stores in Ontario at that time, and not a single store was willing to sell that disc, to go to court, to challenge an edict, not even a law, an edict by the police that said, you can't sell that. If you sell that, we're going to charge you with selling an obscene record. And that's when I learned you cannot let your freedoms be protected by big corporations, because they don't care about principle. They care about money. You can't leave it to the institutions of this country like schools or police, because they only care about following the rules and obeying the government. No, not a single person was willing to sell that record to demonstrate that the people should never have any interference between the freedom of expression of a musician and the freedom of you to listen to it. So I sold 100 copies of the Two Live Crew's Nastiest They Want to Be, and there's a police officer in that lineup, and he was the second person to buy it, and I got raided later on that afternoon after we'd sold the initial first 100 discs. Now, just like Sunday shopping, I did not win. I got convicted in court of opening my stores on Sunday. In fact, the one I went to jail for was opening my store the day before Christmas on a Sunday, when I gave away $2,000 worth of books free as Santa Claus. I dressed up as Santa Claus. It was the day before Christmas. I gave away books free all day long, and that is what I actually went to jail for. You couldn't even be Santa Claus the day before Christmas. So I went to jail for that, and sure enough, I was also convicted of distributing an obscene record. But in a similar manner to the Sunday shopping thing, they never tried to ban a record ever again. Now, with the internet and modern technology, it's impossible to ban music in such a fashion anymore, so that's probably why it hasn't happened. But one of the things I learned right away is that you don't have to win to really win. I lost in court, I was convicted, but they legalized Sunday shopping, and no one's ever had to suffer through those laws again. I took the chance, I made a risk, I determined that even if I lost, it would be worth it, and lo and behold, they legalized Sunday shopping. They've never banned a record since I sold that Two Live Crew tape.